Hey everyone, this is Nick. I'm coming at you with a shoe comparison video on the Nike Pegasus Turbo 2 and the original Nike Pegasus 35 Turbo. I was looking around on YouTube and I couldn't really find a good video comparing the two shoes and deciding on a clear winner. So as somebody who runs a lot and somebody who runs pretty fast, I thought I would make this video kind of going over the differences between the two shoes and which my personal favorite is between the two. I run all the time and I have a ton of shoes, so I thought I'd start making these shoe review videos and comparisons. If it's something you're interested in, or if you think there's stuff I can improve on, please leave these comments in the comments section down below. I'm going to try and get better at this. This is just my first video. I have so many Nikes and I run all the time, as many of my friends know, so I'm really excited to review some of these shoes and share my thoughts with you guys. And if you're interested in seeing which Pegasus I prefer, follow along. Alright, so let's start things off with the Pegasus Turbo 2 and then we'll move backwards to the Pegasus 35 Turbo because these are newer and I'm sure this is what more people are interested in. So this material up here is a Featherlight material, which Nike has had for a little while now. It makes the shoes extremely light. They don't have fly wire like the previous models. They have this new lacing system, which I think they have this on the Gravity, and it might be the same on the Next Percent, but it's more like a sock fit. It's really tight onto your foot, on like a second skin type of feeling. These shoes weigh 8.1 ounces, which is a little bit lighter than the previous model. I'm a big fan. I think they're fast. The very first time I ran in these, I took them out on an 11-mile test run, and it was like 90 degrees, so it's too hot, but I ran a 6:07 pace in them, so they're very fast. They felt good. I would say the biggest drawback I have with these is how stiff this back part is, because if you're a hard heel striker like me, over time that's going to start to, you can feel that on your Achilles in the back of your heel the next day. But it's not enough to really, rag on this shoe. I would still, if I had to rate this shoe out of like a 0 to 10 rating system, I would probably still give it like an 8.5, like a B or a high B+. I really like this shoe. I just would say distance-wise, I would probably run only 5K to maybe half marathon. Anything more than that and you might start to feel it. I mean, it's got the Zoom X, it's got the same bottom as the previous version. I just feel like it's a harder platform. I mean, when you look at the bottom of this shoe and the bottom of the previous one, they're identical. They look exactly the same. But to me, this just feels harder when you're striking the ground, and it just doesn't have as much cushion. This is an 8mm drop set, and it's 8.1 ounces, so it's not a lot of shoe, but I would just expect a little bit more cushion coming off of the previous version. But overall, it's still a really good shoe, and I would say if you're looking for something that's not the Next Percent or the Alpha Fly or one of those newer shoes that's really expensive, but you still want something that's fast, this is a great shoe. Probably one of Nike's fastest shoes that they have available right now, considering everything else is sold out. But it's definitely worth a try if you can get it on sale. I don't know that I would pay $180 for these. I think I got these on sale from Dick's Sporting Goods actually for like $135. So if you can pick them up on sale, worth it. Good, short, fast shoe. So now let's take a look at the previous model and why I think that is actually better than this version. Alright, so now we're going to take a look at the Pegasus 35 Turbo, which was the first Turbo that they came out with. This is actually one of my very favorite shoes to run fast in. My favorite shoe to run fast in is the Next Percent, but if you can't get a Next Percent, a pair of the Next Percents, I would say this is a very close second. I personally like this better because to me it just feels like a little bit more shoe than the Pegasus Turbo 2. This feels almost like a upgraded Zoom Gravity or something. Like, it's light, but it's super hard when you land. This feels like it's more cushioned. It's got a 10mm drop set, or offset, or drop. But I just like this shoe better. It's got the Flywire lacing technology, which I'm a bigger fan of because I feel like you don't have to tie the shoe as tight for a secure fit. And it's just, I don't know, it's a little bit more flexible when you're turning over through your stride. But The top of this is made with that engineered mesh, which is what a lot of those Nike shoes were made with. I am a huge fan of this. I just think it's a good all-weather shoe. You can run in pretty much anything. The last time I ran in these was in Seattle. It was pouring rain, and I ran 16 miles in them. And I mean, they held up great. I probably ran just under 350 miles in these. My friend and I ran 16 miles at just like a flat 7-minute pace in these, and they felt great. I love these shoes. I have zero complaints about them, and if I was going to rate them, I would definitely give them an A rating. The back of this shoe, this comes up higher, as you can see, than on the first version. These are the same size, both an 11. They both have the same exact bottom, yet this feels like you're landing on a harder platform than this one. These have somewhere around 200 miles. These have somewhere between 300 and 350 miles. I wouldn't say that there's enough of a breakdown in these that it makes it feel like these are stiffer because of that. I would say that these are just actually a stiffer shoe. Like I said about the Turbo 2, this back part is so stiff. But on this, I mean, it's not it kind of lips up more on the back, and it just gives you a natural roll when you're going through your stride, versus this one, it feels like it's kind of digging into the back of my heel, which I think was my biggest problem with this. And it sounds like I'm ragging on this shoe. I love this shoe. I would still buy another pair of these shoes because these aren't available anymore. I'm just saying, between these two shoes, the first version was better, and I was kind of disappointed when they came out with this version because I feel like it's not as good. But those are my thoughts on the two shoes. Either shoe is going to be great. Both shoes can rip. I would say max distance in the Turbo 2 would probably be 10 to 15 miles. This one, you could go a full marathon. These are awesome shoes. I ran Ragnar in these. I ran many races. I ran one of my fastest 5Ks at a 5:26 pace in these shoes. They're awesome. These shoes are great too. I've ran many sub-6 events in these too. I just think that this is a more cushioned shoe, and it's something that you're gonna get more out of this shoe. But both shoes are great. If you can get them on sale, get them on sale. Those are just my thoughts. I'm kind of rambling on, but this is my first video. I hope you guys liked it, and I'll come out with more stuff soon.